Oh, hello there, and welcome to ArtosisCasts. Hope that you're having a wonderful day. Some pretty kind of interesting news here. So I was looking through, it's like, okay, what are we going to cast for today? And, you know, as soon as I see rain, I click, right? And this is rain. You know, this is, I've talked so many times about it. In my opinion, the best Protoss in the world. Anytime he's active, just absolutely unbelievably strong. And he is going up against ZeloT, who I've casted a ton on this channel. He is probably overall the most aggressive pro gamer that there is. Unbelievably aggressive. Like, all of his builds are super sharp, and he's always trying to kill you. Now, these two hit each other on the ladder, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times, not 7 times in a row, not 8 times, not 9 times, not 10 times, not 11 times, not 12 times, not 13 times, but 14 times in a row. I have never even heard of that happening ever in my life, of 2 players hitting each other 14 times in a row on the ladder. First off, to just not log off, to actually play 14 times in a row against the same person. I think most people would just leave. It's like, oh God, I just played you 5 times in a row, and just stop queuing or something. But these 2 monsters just kept going. So probably what happened, they're both up at the top of the ladder. I guess just no one else was on. No one else was queuing. I don't know. It's insane. But we're going to do at least a decent chunk, if not all, of these 14 games. So let's get into it. We're on La Campanella. You see ZeloT over here. It was a pool first in a hatchery opening, whereas Rain is going for a gateway expansion. So he's going to try to put a little bit of ZeloT pressure in. Now, again, I need to reiterate, these two have a very different style. Brain. I almost called him Brain. There is actually a Protoss player named Brain who's really smart and really good. But Rain is the smartest Protoss. I think that pretty much goes without saying. Like, you watch the way he plays, he's honestly Flash-esque. So out of these 14 games, I'm expecting Rain to end up winning, but not by a lot. Because ZeloT is so aggressive, I think as a Protoss player to keep a high win percentage against him would be incredibly hard. I think for Terran, definitely easier to keep a higher win percentage, because there's certain ways you can play as Terran where, like, it's like you just wall in a certain way, and you know, you look out for a couple cheesy things. It's a little bit harder for Zerg to cheese Terran, I think, than it is to cheese Protoss, is basically what I'm trying to say. Anyways, the probe being kept alive. There's a lot of Lings out already, but obviously 3 ZeLoTs are coming, so he does need a lot of Zerglings. This 3rd hatchery still being made, still hatching a lot of Zerglings as well, going up towards that 100 gas. I do assume that he's going to try to go for Zergling speed. It seems weird to try anything else. Comes up here, sees the drone count, so he has a very good idea of how many Lings there are, and Rain just kind of pulls back. He's making the forge. His Nexus is almost done. He's got enough ZeLoTs here to hold this without too much of a problem, honestly. You know, he might... Look at this. Oh, he holds 3 tight up there. That's really cute, actually. I didn't think that's what that would look like. Either way, you know, this is a situation where you have to be careful. I've talked about this so many times, right? Where it's like, you have to make sure they don't run in, but you don't want to get surrounded. So he gets surrounded immediately. But he has so many ZeLoTs. This may have been part of the plan, but I don't think so. Okay, 3 Zerglings run in and cancel out the cannon. Now, you can see that the ZeLoTs were actually going to win that. But now there's Zerglings in his base. There's Zergling speed on the way. He's, you know, the cannon got canceled or killed. He is making another one. He is replugging these holes. But I think the scary thing here is speed's about to finish. He's going to run out here and cancel this cannon and then break the wall. Watch. Just watch. Hitting the gate. Here we go. They're coming. Rain knows. Rain knows. He's trying to get in front of it. Trying to target down this cannon, and he breaks the gateway, comes in, and the cannon's going to get 1, 2, 3 shots off. Now, the probes did deal a lot of damage there, but he literally needs 2 cannons right now. Look at this. Rain has a ton of money. He has nothing to spend it on. GG is called. Let's go into the next game. So entering into the second game, very aggressive first one from ZeloT. No big surprise. Does end up taking Rain down. And we'll see what Rain is able to do here on Dark Origin. He has gone for a forward gateway. So once again, a gateway expansion going to be coming up. Probe going across the map immediately. There is already a pool on the way. So it looks like we had a little bit of an overpool here. And yeah, I mean, those are 2 pretty standard openers. You can't really tell where the game is going to go from there. So the drone going to come down. He may need to go to the 3rd base with this drone to make the hatchery. And is the probe going to follow? If the probe super follows, you might see another drone sent down to expand here instead. See? So the probe still following that drone, and he just times it out so it comes back, but this will be able to start before the probe gets in the way. So there you have it. You know, the thing is, by following this, I guess you have to look at it and say, if you keep it here, the drone will go over and make the hatchery. If you follow the drone, there will be additional lost mining time because the second drone will come out to go here to make the hatchery. Now, how valuable is having a hatchery at the 3rd base for the Protoss player as opposed to putting it here? Is the minerals lost by the second drone coming off the patches worth more than forcing the hatchery here? And the answer is what Rain did is basically correct. In StarCraft 2, it's actually one of the core tenets of Protoss vs. Zerg, where you want to force them to make their natural hatchery at the 3rd base, because then the 3rd base is just going to be a lot later, which would be at the natural. And that's because of creep spread mechanics and the speed of movement on creep, as well as the fact that Protoss has very good early to early mid-game harassment units in the Oracle and the Adept, which can abuse drones at the 3rd base very easily. StarCraft 1 is very different from that, so it's better to just cause a little bit of lost mining time there. It sounds kind of wild how different the 2 are when I say it out loud, the 2 games. But yeah, it's just throwing that out there. I don't know. I find stuff like that interesting because I watch and cast both games very regularly. So something I think about is what's the same, what's different, that type of thing. Anyways, right now there's quite a few Zerglings being made. So 4 are chasing the probe right now. Zergling speed just got started. And more lings coming down the side. Okay, he's got 4 zealots in the choke. And gonna start a cannon. He definitely needs to get that cannon going. It's a little bit dangerous. There's more lings still being made, by the way. Basically, he needs to come out and fight enough that the Zerglings are not going to be able to break through the wall before the cannon is done. Now, that is a lot of Zerglings, and 2 more are about to die. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Are we just going to have another super fast one? The cannon is going to get canceled. Zerglings just deal damage too quickly. More Zerglings coming down. There is a single probe up here. Might see some of those coming as well. You have to get the cannon completely finished before lings can get to it. And it's so hard to do, as you can see. This one going to be picked off as well. Another cannon gets started. I'm starting to understand how these 2 may have been able to play 14 games in a row against each other. I tell you, I wouldn't stop queuing if this keeps happening to Rain, because I think he's dead straight up. Like, his cannon's not going to finish. He's just going to get in. He breaks the gate. Lings go around. Goodbye, Zealots. Yeah, that's game. That's game. Okay. GG, let's go into game 3. So, as we jump into game number 3 here, it's on La Campanella. It was exactly the same again. Gateway expansion into versus an overpool. Rain is able to scout him first, and of course a first scout here as well for ZeloT. This time, ZeloT goes ahead and takes that 3rd base expansion. We already talked a lot about that in that previous game, but this time Rain kept his probe on a little bit longer. Now, yeah, the Zerglings being made already, 6 of them, and gas being taken. I tell you, if this is another, we might get through Who knows? We could get through like four games in one video. It's a real possibility if Zergling rushes just keep happening. Like, I feel, you know, I'm not gonna post a video where it's just like a 5-minute Zergling rush. It's what a terrible thing that would be if you're someone who really likes to watch a channel every day, and thank you much. And your video that day is Zerglings come and kill Rain. I mean, it's cathartic in a way, right? I'm sure that happens to you if you ever play the ladder. Happens to us all, as Rain is a double champion. But yeah, can't leave it at that. Hoping that this one's going to be a bit of a macro game. I don't know. But multiple Zealots being made. Quite a few Lings out there right now. Zergling speed is on the way. More and more Zerglings being made. The probe trying to go around. Look, he just keeps making Zerglings. Like, I'm just watching, and every larva that pops up becomes Zerglings. So let's see if Rain can hold it this time. What does he need to do to not die to a Zergling all-in? Well, he needs to have the cannon up with his building still alive. That's the main thing. Okay, 4 Zealots. He brings probes this time. Forces everything back. Forge is almost done. He needs to start the cannon immediately when the forge is done. Come on. Send it back in. Get that cannon, bro. Okay, makes it right up against the wall right there. I like this zoning. The probes add a lot to the Zealots, by the way. 1 probe hit and 2 Zealot hits kills a Zergling. So it takes an entire Zealot hit away. It just makes the trade so much better for Protoss. Now, look at this. The Zergling's trying to break through right now. The Zealot's at the wall. Okay, oh my god, he just barely holds right there. The cannon is not yet done. Dude, I can't believe this. This is a 3rd time in a row, and it looks like... is he gonna break it? It's super close. It's super close. More Lings are still coming. Oh my god, the Forge lives. Okay, so this is like the best Protoss in the world, and 3 games in a row, finally he holds, and just barely so. Now, he's held. Look at Zealot's terrible position. He's got 9 drones against 20 probes. 9 drones against 20 probes. He's just massing Speedlings and leaving them out here. If Rain comes out, look, he's watching. If Rain comes out with these units, Zealot will surround them and win the game. Rain has to play defensively here. Look at this. Oh my god, he's just going to come anyways. The Zealot's standing in front of the Forge to lessen this surface area so the cannon can get more hits. Probes come up to block as well. Oh my god, is he going to win this one also? No. I don't think so, right? This cannon is gone. 2nd cannon is not ready. Our 9 drone wonder in Zealot trying to break through once again. Oh my god, starts the Forge. Dude, he doesn't have another Forge. Like, that's it. Like, he has the Cybernetics Core doesn't do anything for you in this situation. Oh my god, he gets around on top of this cannon. That cannon's going to be canceled. Cannon dies off. Needs to start another. Gets the other one started. Dude, I'm going to throw this out there. He might want to just make 2 cannons. He starts a shield battery because he can't make a cannon. So the shield battery actually can be very good in these situations where the Zerglings are just fighting continuously against the Zealots. Like, it really adds a lot. It adds more than 1 Zealot to the battle. Right? Okay, so pulls back. Nice surround on the Zealot. The other one being pummeled down a little bit. Oh my god, this is so close. Okay, so this cannon is going to finish. It's so far away, though, you can still battle up here. Like, it probably hits to about there, is what it looks like, right? So, there's still a little surface area where you could work on the gate if you wanted. By the way, it's a Spire, so he has made 4 drones. He's getting a 2nd gas. This is going to be like... It's been all in Ling this entire time, and it's going to be into 2-hatch Muta. So he's going to fly across the map with a handful of Mutalisks and try to just kill him because there's not going to be cannons in the mineral lines. So there's no cannons here. He has a pylon here, so he can definitely get a cannon. He has a Stargate about halfway done. I mean, he might get a Corsair out, but 1 Corsair won't do it if you have 4 or 5 Mutas. All right, 2 Mutas getting started. Dude, Zealot has no money. 3 Mutas. He went from 9 to 14 drones just recently, so over 50% increase in his economy and still can only afford 4 Mutalisks. Now, 3 cannons at the front. So the front is pretty safe, and he's going to go across with the Zealots. Now, this is a very good move. Okay, if he has 3 cannons, this amount of Zerglings can't really do too much. He's even make one in the main base because he fears the Zergling counterattack. But if these go across the map, the Mutas will have to fight them. Now, unfortunately for Rain, he stayed at home. Now, he might send them. It is a possibility. Like, if the Mutas dive, generally you'll send the Zealots so that your opponent has to turn around with the Mutas to go after him. Now, he's going to kill off this Overlord. I think this game is very close to over with Rain winning. So he's going to get this cannon finished. The cannon gets attacked by the Mutas, so it's not going to get that many hits, but this is going to allow hits from the Corsair. Oh my god, Scourge, get it. Oh my god. What am I looking at right now? This secondary cannon might get picked off. Another Corsair comes out. By the way, during this, Zealot's going across the map. The Mutas try to kill off this Corsair. Oh, and down comes some Scourge. The 2 Mutas just going at... Oh, that's a shield battery. That's hilarious. The shield battery. I mean, it works with a Corsair. Look, he just healed it up. It's doing well. But the Scourge deals damage a lot quicker than a shield battery can fix it. Dragoon coming in to fight. This is insanity right now. This is madness. Cannons going up absolutely everywhere. These Zealots on the counterattack, trying to dive into here. Obviously, the Muta has to help out. The Zealots are just going to be too good against the small amounts of Zerglings that were left over from the initial rushes. The Zealots going after drones. They're going to get a couple at least, I think. 2 drone kills, 3 drone kills. Damn, man, that's a high percentage of his economy. That's like 20% of his economy. Okay, so we're down to 13. Okay, remake some drones. We're getting up. We're going to be at 15 drones, an all-time high for this series so far. The Mutas being grouped up. What do we have defensively? 2 Dragoons, +1 on the way. 2nd Stargate. Yeah, that's good play. Look at this. 3 Corsairs. We have a shield battery for them as well if they start to take some big damage. See, that's some pretty big damage. Go over. Heal them up. Photon Cannon. This is a very, very important cannon. Even if he loses some workers, he's still pretty good here. If Zealot could make this go into a later game, that would be amazing, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. Like, the 2 Stargate Muta, the 2 Stargate Muta, LOL. The 2 Stargate Corsair is going to crush the Muta so hard after a certain amount. Like, he's making a lot of Mutas. I think what we're going to see is these 3 Mutas will pop out and he's going to go all in. Like, just make Scourge from there and rally. Yep, there they are. The Scourge gets started. It's really his last chance. He's got to overwhelm completely and win the game here. And if he doesn't, game's just over. Okay, this... one very hurt one. You got to be careful, because as soon as these Corsairs are connecting, you're in trouble. A lot of trouble. Okay, Muta... Maybe that's the rally point? Yeah, I guess so. The Corsairs find out what's going on. They see the Scourge. He knows the dive is coming. We have 3 cannons. What is this? Citadel. Yeah, Citadel doesn't really matter. All that matters right now is the Mutalisks. Either Zealot wins or he loses as soon as he's going. Like, you're gonna... The engage is only going to be a few seconds long as well. Most likely. I can't say 100%, but, like, I've seen this before. Not this game, but these types of scenarios, right? So you fly in with the Mutalisks and the Scourge come right behind. So if the Corsairs start attacking the Mutas, the Scourge get cloned onto them super fast. Here we go. See the Scourge coming behind. And if you connect with the Corsairs, you can win the game. So he gets one. Can he get these? The answer is a resounding no. Insta GG from him. And okay. Right now, Zealot leads 2-1. Thanks for watching.